So God's plan and purpose for your life is understandable. You can know it. Your purpose in life is this. You were created for a relationship. You were created to have a relationship with God. The Bible says that sin separates us from God. You and I were supposed to have a relationship with God. Everything was supposed to be perfect and amazing. But when we look in our world today, it's not that, is it? It's because of sin, disobeying God.
Reality 2014 at Broken Hill was the third Reality with Will Graham held in Australia. Broken Hill, in the far west of New South Wales, has a reputation as a tough, outback mining town. But after seeing the commitment of local churches, the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association accepted their invitation to hold a reality event in May. The weekend kicked off with a BMX and scooter competition at the local skate park, organised by the team from JC Epidemic, an extreme sports ministry.
My wife and I have been praying over Broken Hill since 1974 that God would do something here, and I think this is when we're seeing it happen. So I'm really excited about it. I don't mind how many people the Lord brings along, that's entirely up to Him, but I do know He's working and there are people coming to faith.
Saturday morning saw over 200 men gather for a men's breakfast. Will Graham was officially welcomed to the Broken Hill mining community with a presentation of his own crib tin, a miner's lunchbox.
You would be able to find your lunch still in one piece. That's if the blokes didn't knock it off. So you'd have a lock on it, you know. And you can take this special McDonald's chips with you, and you can actually carry them.
Well, thank you so much, guys. The churches here in Broken Hill, they invited us to come and do a reality event, so which we're really grateful for. And that's all we do. We just come out an invitation. Here the churches came together and said, a few of them came together and said, hey, we want to do this. I said yes, and then they went and got all the other churches involved as well. And so it was a wonderful event, and we're grateful for how and thankful for the invitation that we got from the churches of Broken Hill. The message I want to preach each and every time I go somewhere is to proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ, that it's Jesus that changes lives. It's Jesus that can give people hope, forgiveness of sins, take all that junk away, and fill people with joy and sense of purpose. And that only comes through a personal relationship with Jesus. So I'm introducing people to Jesus Christ.
This time 2 years ago, I was this close to killing myself and my 2-year-old daughter. There was absolutely nothing in my life that was going right, and the world was so black that I felt like there was no other way. God hunted me down, and He cornered me, and He came up to me and said, you are so precious that there is no way that you are coming out of this world, because I love you so much, and I have such a plan for your life that I just want you to live. 2 years ago, almost on this day, Will Graham, who you're going to hear from next, he came to Orange, where I live, and I managed to get there. And he just reminded me that God and Jesus love us so much. They love us recklessly. So I really hope that you guys get that tonight. Just be open to it, because He wants you so much. If He can change my life around, far out. Doesn't matter what you have done, He can change your life around, I promise.
Tonight, you just heard from Catherine, a lady that her life was changed at one of the worst times in her life, when she wanted to give up in life. And even to the point of desperation where she's going to take her own life. But yet she found hope, and she found that God loved her and that God still had a plan and purpose for her life. And that's what happens in life. So many of us, we don't understand our purpose in life. And when we don't understand our purpose in life, it causes problems. God wants to give you a purpose and meaning if you come to Him. And here in a few minutes, I'm going to give you that opportunity. Are you living the life that you're supposed to live? Are you exactly where Christ has called you to be? And if not, my friends, then get out. Answer to Him. You're not coming to Will Graham. Will Graham did not die for your sin. Will Graham cannot change your life. Only Jesus Christ. Tonight, you're coming to Jesus and Him alone. He's the only one who died for your sin. Are you willing to come to the one who can change your life? My friends, this is the most important decision. Do not leave here without knowing for sure where you're going to spend eternity. If you do not know, come now.
What I love to see as a result, one, is that the churches still stay unified. I hope it just doesn't come for this 1 week and then it's done. They go back to their old ways, but they always stay unified together. And then at the same time, I want to see them to continue to do outreaches, not necessarily with Will Graham, but continue to have outreaches to the community as a whole, as a church as a whole, to bring people together for the gospel's sake, to introduce people to Jesus Christ.
You're on Rise and Shine with Matt and Rochelle live at Broken Hill, and we have the privilege of welcoming into Gloria Jeans this morning, evangelist Will Graham. How you doing, mate?
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Rochelle.
Good morning, Will.
Good morning.
It's great to have you on the show this morning.
Well, thank you.
Now, mate, we have heard you speak a couple of times on the weekend, and you could have heard a pin drop when you were speaking. Every single person was hanging on every word you said. You've obviously got the gift from your grandfather, Billy Graham, your father, Franklin Graham.
I thought maybe they were sleeping. That's why you could hear a pin drop. I don't know. No, but we've seen a great, one of the best things we've seen here is the unity of the churches. And that's one of those byproducts of doing an event like this, is that you see churches that maybe haven't worked together before in the past, but now they are, and it's a supernatural thing that takes place, the unity of the churches.
Australian evangelist Bill Newman travelled with Will Graham and spoke to a combined church service on Sunday morning.
We see all the churches coming together for a combined church service. I believe that's great key. I mean, no one church can take a city for God, but when all the churches combine together, we see some great things accomplished for the Lord. I believe the Spirit of God really blesses the community when all the churches come together.
I'm hoping to come back in 2016. I try to come every other year, at least to do a reality event. Right now, we're still looking for invitations to come. We've got a few that are soon to be trickling in, but we just got to follow up and see, God, which one do you want us to go to? Which one's the place that you want us to work in? And so if you're watching this, be praying for us that God will help show us in the right direction.